Alright. Alright, so this is my 2003 CBR600RR. In this video, I'm going to go over the bike, pretty much. Just a walk around and startup of the bike. So you can hear it, know a little bit about it, and in general, if you want a 600, I would recommend this 600 any day over any other 600. I'm a little biased, but that's just what, that's just what I think. So pretty much I'm going to go over what I've done to the bike and in general just what's done to the bike. There's a lot to explain here. It's a yellow, it's got no headlights, it's got fiberglass fairings, it's got an aftermarket headlight, taillight, no turn signals, no mirrors, everything. So let's go over it. It's got full race fairings and yeah, all the bodywork is completely fiberglass. I completely gutted the bike at this point. Alright, I had to move the bike because of a car coming. But yeah, it's got the full fiberglass race fairings. These fairings are actually from eBay. There's one seller on eBay that makes a ton of fiberglass fairings for pretty much every single bike out there. As many of you know, the bike used to be black. It used to be a black CBR. Also, another thing about these race fairings is the whole front end makes up 3 pieces. This is one piece. My belly pan is one piece, which had to be modified a bit. And the tank. I did cut these fins out that come out here. I like the look of the vents, and it makes managing the wires a lot easier. And right here taped is, well, first off I have a GoPro mount, but right under here is the ECU. So you could take that off and unplug the ECU right there, which is really nice, honestly. Also have this airbag tether. And then for the grips, I recommend these grips for any bike. Doesn't matter if it's a race bike or a street bike. This is jet ski foam padding. So it's meant to be waterproof, first of all, so it can withstand that. So it's got to be sticky, right? I've had these on for months, and they are sticking. All you do is buy a roll of this on Amazon for 20 bucks, custom cut it. This is a custom shape, and then for the back stop, I have one too. And so far, no peeling issues. And since you have the diamonds facing upwards, you're going against the grain. And it makes the grip so good. That's what's on every superbike seat. I have the stock seat, but on superbike seats, they'll run this as well because it's grippy. And for tank grips, instead of buying tech specs for like 90 bucks, buy a roll of that. You can do it on like 3 bikes with one roll for 20 bucks. So honestly, that's what I run for grips. That's what I ran on my 650. And my 954 worked great every time. So, what's been done to the bike? Internally, externally? Pretty much. It's, oh yeah. So, other than the fiberglass fairings, I took off a lot of shit that I didn't need. So, like, for example, this bike comes normally with a heat shield here. I completely took that out, so it's just a bare pipe. Exhaust is from AutoZone. A lot of people may or may not know that. It's literally just a angle cut pipe from fucking AutoZone. And that was that's it pretty much for the exhaust system. Taillight is from Amazon. That was like 10 bucks on Amazon. GPR V5 stabilizer, which I just rebuilt recently in one of my videos because it leaked on me. 13.5-inch Woodcraft clip-ons, stock levers on the stock clutch lever. Aftermarket brake lever. That's just the way I like it. I like a short brake lever, long clutch lever. ODI BMX grips. These I find are a lot better than Domino's. They're only 10 bucks on Amazon, and they feel amazing. They're a lot grippier. They don't wear out. I swapped to the gray grips. I used to have the black ones. I only swapped them because I like the color. Other than that, these haven't worn out. I've had these grips for over a year and a half. And they haven't worn out. And I know people switch Domino's. It's not a big price difference. It's more just what you feel you like. Levers. Amazon lever right there. Zip tied. No mirror mounts because they don't fit because of this aftermarket fairing stay. And in my crash, I fucked up the odometer. So the odometer is zip tied on as well. And then the big thing, vortex resets. These are full vortex resets right here, right and left. I have it set up all the way down and back. That's the way I like it. It lets your legs become a little more relaxed, in general. Got rid of the rear brake reservoir, because the rear brake reservoir is in the dumbest spot on any bike. On the 03 to 04, it's inside the tail. So it goes up here and it's inside the tail. You can see it through this little vent here when it's cut out. But you can't service it unless you take out the entire tail fairing. And it's one piece, as you can see here. Nothing's unscrewable. Normally, this is cut out, but other than that, it's one piece. But in general, I think for certain bikes, if the reservoir is a bitch, swap it out for that. It's right here. Yes, it does work. All I did was zip tie the bottom, put a plug on it, and you have rear brakes. Yeah, stock rotors, EBC pads in the front, complete fluid flush. I did the coolant not too long ago, along with silicone coolant hoses right here. As you can see, a blue one right there, more blue ones down there, which you can't see. Stator cover, GB Racing, but it's a fake from a 2007 CBR. What I did is I cut the mounts off, cut 2 mounts off, and shaved the bottom a bit, and it fit this bike. And I low-sided it for $30 on Amazon. That did its job pretty damn well. Spark plugs, air filter. I'm running a K&N air filter. I run K&N oil filters, and I run 1040 Valvoline oil every time. Between 2,000 to 3,000 miles, or right before the oil gets really black and dark. It's not too much to switch the oil in these bikes, and it's so easy with the race fairing, so it's just might as well not let it get too dirty. For tires, I'm running Pirelli Rosso Diablo 3s. I've had these on since February 2024. They've got about almost 8,000 miles on them. And the center is starting to get pretty worn in, but the sides are still good. On the track, I use them more on the sides. On the street, I don't go too aggressive, but it's just like these are great tires for the street and the track. Of course, you can get better track tires, but these street tires are pretty fucking good, considering I have thousands of miles out of them. Did a fork seal change. I run all balls fork seals in this bike. I did run OEM originally, but I had a mechanic. I go through this bike a couple times, and it kept giving me issues. I don't know if it was the mechanic or the seals, so I said, fuck it, I'm going to do it myself. And I swapped the seals for all balls. Other than that, bike internally is stock. It's just take care of your stuff. Pretty much that's it. I have a new kill switch and all that. And my cluster broke off in the crash. But other than that, it's a stock bike. Rides good and all that. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, this is an Amazon aluminum engine cover. The Woodcraft one is like triple the price. To me, I don't care about it. The cover enough. Exhaust clamp, because the stock exhaust clamps on motorcycles suck. So I just got this one, and then I have another one right there. So a lot of people find it weird that I ride without mirrors. Personally, I hate mirrors. I've never ridden with mirrors on any bike. Why? Because, honestly, you're supposed to check your mirror and head check at the same time, kind of like in a car, checking your blind spot. Since I do it so often, I realized, fuck the mirrors, fuck the being blinded from the back with high beams. So I just don't run them. It looks cleaner, and in my opinion, I like it just better. And a lot of people ask, where's my headlight? Well, my headlight is down there. So let's do a little startup of the bike. So right here. So I do also have an aftermarket fuel pump, which I forgot to tell you guys about. It is the Quantum fuel pump. It was about $100, and that's what I run in this bike. That's what my friend ran in his CBR before he sold it. Great fuel pump, but the bike has a raspy tone to it, as you can hear. That's my taillight, by the way. Oh yeah. And then the infamous sticker that everyone likes. Change gears, not genders. Just a nice little accent to the bike. But yeah, that is my 2003 CBR600RR. if you're thinking about getting one, it's an amazing machine. They're pretty cheap, these bikes, especially this gen versus the 05 to 06, just because most of the time they're usually beat on and sitting in someone's backyard. So this is a very clean example. Other than the fairings, you could see internally it's very clean. So you can, I just haven't washed it in a bit. But you can find a lot of good examples on Facebook for 3 to 4 grand. I bought this one for 4 grand with 15,000 miles with the stabilizer. I did have to do a lot of stuff, but I'm also pretty OCD, ADHD with all that stuff. So I like to completely mod the bikes out to make sure it rides nicely. And here we are, a year and a half later. That is the 2003 CBR.